So, hi everybody. We've been a bit AWOL, missing in action. Is that right? Life, work, everything's getting in the way. But anyway, this is exciting, earth-shattering news. Is that how you describe it, Sam?
Insane.
Insane news, right? We'll go with that. So if you've not been living under not under the rock, crikey. If you've not been living under a rock for the past few days, you will have noticed that there's been a lot of chatter about the new Disneyland Paris annual passes, or the Disneyland Paris Pass as it's now going to be called. Sam and I have a lot of opinions on this, don't we?
We have a few views on it, yes.
A few views. So we thought we would do a quick, brief video to discuss the changes, what we personally think, and some of the chitter chatter that we have been discovering over the last few days on the many groups, boards, and podcasts / vloggers that we've watched. So join us for this.
Busy.
Yeah. So join us for this brief journey into the new world of the DLP annual pass. So, what do we know? There's been a bit of chitter chatter, hasn't there, the last few days?
Yeah, I mean they're going from 4 passes down to 3.
Yeah,
and
we do have info from the official press release, which didn't all come out in one go, did it? It's all been a bit dribby-drabby.
Yeah, it took 24 hours to get a lot of. I mean, the initial press release on it was just, this is what the annual passes are going to be, and this is how much it costs. And you're like, okay. And then when you looked into it, you saw the problems.
Well, yeah, and there is still some problems because there is no information about any of the blackout days yet, which is
no. The blackout
useful.
calendars are coming on the 19th, apparently.
Oh, when the passes are released?
When they go on sale. Because at the moment, if you have a pass, you can't renew it. Not even at the gate, which is what it was. But there was no warning of this. So people who had booked holidays, because you could only renew at the gate. And people who have booked holidays for this week to go and renew now can't renew. No one can do anything up until the 19th of July.
Yeah.
And that was with no warning at all. So there's a few unhappy people now in regards to that one.
A few, yeah. Not the century. Yeah, so no renewals now until the 19th of July.
Yeah.
And currently you can only renew at the gate.
Yeah.
Existing pass holders can renew at the desk at Disney Studios.
From the 19th.
And if you're in the renewal period, the price of your ticket or the price of your new pass will be the full price minus however much they work out it costs left on your old pass.
Yeah, they're doing however many days you have left on your old pass, then they will be taking that off of the price of your new pass.
No idea how they're working that out and how much a day is worth depending on the level of the ticket. How does that work with the ticket that's going away?
This is a good question, because basically they're getting rid of, is it the Magic Plus?
Is it Magic Plus? Yeah, which is the in between.
Yeah, it's the one that was in between Magic Flex and the Infinity. So the cut, and that had 350 days in the park, so it only had 6 blackout dates. You've now got the option of 300 or 365.
Yeah,
with the new passes, but no one at the moment, no one knows what the blackout dates are. So
no.
So it's guesswork at the moment.
Yeah, so only people that currently own an annual pass or in the renewal period for their annual pass can renew. Still
Yep.
no news on new purchase of an annual pass, or people like us that have had them previously and let them relapse. And I've
Just
been
later
waiting.
this summer.
Yeah, well, we know what DLP's idea of summer is. It can be anything from the 1st of June till the 29th of September.
Yeah, so any time this summer is, or later this summer is what they've said.
Yeah. So
that's pure guesswork on anyone's part at the moment.
as the French kids go back to school before ours, don't they? What are they, end of July? Is it middle of August the French kids
I think they
to
go
school?
back middle to end of August, isn't it?
Yeah. So theoretically that could be classed as the end of the French summer, but you know, who knows? Yeah. Yeah. We know that spring can be any time from the 1st of March to the beginning of June.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll have some news on when new passes are going to be available. And the other thing that they've said is it's going to be limited.
Yes,
All
they're now
passes will
going
be
to
subject-
limit the sales of them, which they've never had before. So
No.
that's a new thing.
Yeah, and there's no idea of what this limit may be, whether it's going to
No.
be capped at different limits for different passes, or whether it's going to be a limit for like each pass they're going to sell a certain 1,000 or 100,000 of. Who knows?
No,
Again,
no.
do love a bit of guesswork.
That's always fun.
You had to do a bit of digging to find out about the disability discount, didn't you? Because that
I
wasn't
did.
released originally.
Yeah, no. The disability discount still stands at 25% off of the annual pass price, and that includes a discount on a carer's annual pass as well.
Oh, does that mean I can be your carer?
That does. But you can only buy those at the gate.
Yeah.
And as far as I am aware, now I may be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, that is a cash price as well. Or yeah, a pay in full price. I don't think they allow the disabled passes to be bought monthly. I may be wrong, so if anybody does know different, please let us know in the comments.
Well, that
I mean,
might be
I know
stuff that we'll find out when people can actually renew.
Yeah, but yeah, that wasn't out of all the changes and things that we were being told were being kept in. I think it took me 24 hours of digging and someone to actually message DLP themselves and find out that the disability discount still applied. So they weren't very forthcoming with that news.
No. We will still be limited to booking 3 park reservation days in a block at a time, which means if you want to have 4 or 5 days worth of holiday, you cannot book the extra days until you've used one up.
Yeah, so it's literally as you go into the park on the first day, you can then reserve your 4th day, and you have to do it on a rolling thing like that.
Yeah. Not so bad for us because we quite often have a 3-day break.
Yeah, for us 3 days is quite normal. We don't really do much longer than that unless it was for the run Disney event or a hen week.
Oh, we're taking things particularly easy.
Yes.
So if you're an existing AP holder, what does that mean for you? Especially if you renewed just before they announced all this malarkey.
It means that as of the 19th of if you've just purchased an Infinity Pass, as of the 19th of July, you lose a lot.
Yes.
The only thing really you keep is the ability to buy privilege tickets, which are being done away.
Yeah, I think somebody wrote that I saw yesterday that you can book them up to November, end of November currently.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether they're going past the end of November.
Yeah, they're saying that if you've already got a pass, you can buy privilege tickets up until the end of your pass validation. So say you bought one in May, they're saying till next May you can buy privilege tickets, but the system at the moment will only let you book till November.
Yeah,
but there's still a lot of is that right? No one's had 100% confirmation from Disney or Disneyland Paris as to what is, it's something that a lot of people rely on, especially a family, because they'll buy one pass and buy privilege tickets for the rest, sort of thing.
Yeah, especially if you've got an infinity pass, because you get something like 20 a year, don't you? So
It was quite a large amount. Yeah.
So you can have one holiday a year and take three
Yeah.
of your friends or three of your family.
Yeah. But the infinity pass viewing areas for both the fireworks and parades go on the 19th of July.
Yeah, let's carry on we'll skip prices for now. Let's talk about what's going away, because there is quite a long list.
Yes, so the infinity pass viewing areas for both fireworks and for the parades are going.
Yeah, didn't really affect us much, did it? Because
No.
we use your disability.
Yeah,
Which I won't call it the name that we call it. Some people
Lucky
might find that offensive.
Lucky enough, unlucky enough to be able to use the disabled area.
To be
whichever way you want to look at it. But so the viewing areas are going. The free stroller and wheelchair hire is going.
Yeah, and it's not cheap, is it, at DLP?
I'm not sure it's not so much the cost per day. I think it's something like 25 or 30 euros a day.
No, it's the deposit.
The deposit is 200 euros per day, which I feel is extortionate. But
yeah,
that's just my personal point of view. Free luggage storage is going. And I used to make really good use of that on the last day.
Yeah.
If I was in there and we hadn't travelled by car, the few times I'd not gone by car, and we were using, I knew we flew once and we used the Magical Express to get back, and I put our bags in the storage area before we got on the coach. So, and it was free at the time because obviously we had the Infinity Pass. What else is going? Hotel discounts. Now they were never amazing.
No, never great.
They were never amazing. You could normally get it cheaper on booking.com or hotels.com. But the hotel discounts are going. And I know people did make a use advantage of that.
That's had a lot of grumbling on many of the message boards that we're on, isn't it? And the Facebook groups. That and the tickets and in the Infinity area seems to be the Infinity viewing area seems to be the biggest.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be no discounts on day tickets either, and obviously privilege tickets are going. There's also the lower discount on food and merchandise that's been lowered.
Yeah.
I know on the top pass it's been lowered by 5%, which doesn't sound a lot, but it is when you're buying food and especially merch in Disneyland Paris. It adds up. Yeah. What else has gone, Sharon? Because I can't remember now.
What else has gone? We've covered tickets. We covered tickets. We covered that. The seating areas. Oh, our special Infinity top level VIP parking.
Yes.
So the first 4 rows?
Yeah, because you had the first inside row was disabled parking, and then I think it was the 5 after that.
Yeah, we're for Infinity
Pass holders.
Yeah, to feel really special by going for an extra barrier that you used to
have
to get a special
that you
code
had to get
for.
Code for at the ticket booth, and if you forgot the code, it was a long way back.
He's now gone. So everyone that buys an annual pass gets free parking. So if you spend which will come to the prices in a minute, if you spend arms, legs and kidneys on buying the toppest level pass, you don't get your posh parking, which was a godsend, especially if your knees back hip was playing up. Because
I've only recently got my blue badge, so before that it was the Infinity Pass parking was a godsend. So
the renewal discounts is also gone.
Yes.
Previously,
there's no incentive to renew.
No, we've had a discount when we've renewed, or we've got 3 months when we've renewed before now. If you renew early, they used to give you an extra 3 months on your pass. You'd get 15 for the price of 12.
And we've had, I think it was a 20% discount as well at one stage.
So any of the incentives to renew your pass is now gone. You pay full price every year regardless.
Yeah, and they're not sending out emails to people about renewing either.
Nope.
I've heard that a lot on the boards. People who are renewing quite soon, so like in July and August, they're not sending out renewal emails. So it's down to the holder to actually know when their pass needs renewing.
Yeah. And as you said earlier, the Magic Plus is gone.
Yes.
So the equivalent to Infinity will now be the gold level.
Yeah.
But the in-between is gone, and the Magic Flex ticket is now a silver one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yes.
the Infinity Pass used to be black, and the Magic Flex or Magic Plus used to be a gold one. So
yeah,
we've basically got rid of a tier.
Yeah. But the price has increased.
Yes. So let's talk prices, which, yeah, okay.
We expected an increase. We knew it wasn't going to stay the same. You know, everything in the world has gone up. You know, from a loaf of bread to a bottle of shampoo, everything has increased, and we didn't expect the Disneyland Paris Passes to be the same. We did expect an increase, and having seen
that much,
I expect, to be honest, I did expect it. We're seeing the price increases in Florida and in California. I expected about this amount. It wasn't a shock to me when they came out with the prices.
But in comparison, some of the benefits you get for being an annual pass holder in Florida are far surpassed from being an annual pass holder.
If they'd have kept, I think if they'd have kept the perks we had, then I don't think people would be grumbling about it.
No, I agree. I think if all the perks had stayed and they'd hoiked the price up as much as they had, people would go, yeah, I understand. I understand the world's gone mad and, you know, inflation's gone crazy and things have got to go
Everything's
up.
gone through the roof.
But oh, look, we've still got everything we used to have. Thanks.
Yeah.
But to hoik the prices up
and take away
pretty much all the benefits.
Yeah. And I think the kick in the teeth that came with it was in the press statement. It says, we have listened to our pass holders.
Really?
Allegedly so, yes.
Not any of the pass holders that we know or speak to.
Everyone said we would love to know who these pass holders are.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the press release, it states that they, because obviously they survey the pass holders every year. Every year, pass holders get sent a survey to fill out.
Been surveyed many a time.
Yeah. And apparently they listened to their pass holders and have taken away everything, but upped the price.
Okay, so let's talk price.
Yes.
So the bronze one, which is the budget bargain basement version, which isn't really a bargain. Sorry, DLP.
The one where you can go like 5 days a year.
It's 170 days. Don't know when the blackouts are yet, but you can guarantee that Christmas, Halloween, anything that's a special occasion, is
any
off that
school
list.
holiday on most weekends, basically.
Yeah,
is that
it's
one?
What you're gonna get. So that has gone up to €289 a year. I know you worked it out in pounds, but I didn't write it down. Or that is the equivalent of £18 a month if you pay it by direct debit, with an initial first payment of €91. And for that, let's open up. Yes, I'm talking to my thing. For that, you basically get free parking, and that's your lot.
Yeah, you don't get any discounts on food, any discounts on merch. You don't get the photo pass. So yeah, it's literally just an entry ticket.
Just an entry ticket and free parking for nearly
4 months a year. Is it 100 and how many days was it again?
170.
Yeah, so about 6 months of the year.
Yeah.
So from October to January, March.
Well, no Christmas.
But no Christmas, yeah.
Or Halloween. So the next one up is the silver pass, and it's quite a big jump from bronze to silver in money wise.
But then it is days as well. It's double.
And also in days. Yeah. So for 400, at the bargain price of €499, I could be a car salesperson. Not.
Which was the price of the Infinity Pass.
Yes, to give you some idea of the difference. So for the bargain price of €499 or 30 euros, I can't remember pounds, 30 euros a month with an initial down payment of 169 euros, you get 300 days of park time.
Still no idea of blackout date yet.
Still no idea of blackout days. Free parking. You get 10% off of, what does that say? Get 10% off restaurants. You get 10% off a photo pass. Oh, and 10% off shopping.
Yeah.
So it's basically 10% off everything. And I'm sure they've put the price of an annual photo pass up, but I haven't seen the
That
price of
does
that yet.
no. That seems no, because they've now got 2 tiers of the photo pass.
Of course they have.
Because you've got photo pass plus. You've got photo pass, then photo pass plus.
Which the difference is?
I think the photo pass plus gets you videos.
Oh, okay.
Although I've never seen a video from Disneyland Paris, so, and I mean the photo pass photographers in Disneyland Paris are nowhere near as abundant as they are in Florida.
Abundant. That's a nice word for them. Yeah,
I was trying to think of a word.
They're like rocking horse poo. Unless you are at a character meet and greet, which they're not at all of them.
They're not all of them.
There's hardly any. You might find one on Main Street if you're lucky to get you in front of the castle. There's a couple dotted around for magic shots, but they move them. And
yeah, I mean the one we used to find was the one by the family Crusoe tree. Robinson Crusoe tree. Yeah, which was between
the family Robinson Crusoe tree. You're mixing up two different stories altogether there.
I just covered my bases. I couldn't remember which one.
Oh yes, it's the
it was
the
outside the
Hakuna, the Matata,
Hakuna Matata restaurant. There used to be one there.
Yeah, but only for like 2 hours a day 2 hours on a Tuesday if the wind was blowing in a certain direction. So they're really difficult to find and put. Yeah, which is nuts. But,
yeah.
We could do a whole thing ranting about photo pass. We won't. Let's move on to the Gold Pass, which replaces our beloved Infinity Pass.
Yeah.
Which has gone up to a whopping €699. It's gone up by €200 a year, and they've taken everything away.
Yeah,
pretty much. So if you want to pay for it monthly, which is what I used to do, it's £45 a month with an initial down payment of €204.
Didn't it used to be something like £28 a month?
Yeah. When we first started going, it was like 28 quid a month and it was I think it was £60 or €69 down payment on each type of pass. It wasn't tiered. So whatever your pass was, a down payment of a certain amount.
Yeah. Because I remember it being about 30 odd quid a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they split the rest of the price across 11 months.
Yeah.
For it. So I keep wanting to call it the Infinite Pass. The Gold Pass will get you full access to the park 365 days a year. There are no blackout days.
Yeah.
Obviously we get free parking, but not special parking, because I'm pretty sure that the front rows of parking are now charging electric car chargers.
Don't know. I'm not sure. Probably.
They've put some electric car points
charging ports in.
Yeah, which, I'm assuming, well, knowing what the policing is like, policing is a very loose word, but knowing what the organisation is like, there's going to be people who want to park in those bays and charge their cars, and they won't be able to because some muppet who hasn't got an electric car would have dumped their car in the spot. But we'll worry about that when we go, because I haven't got an electric car because we'd never get there if we had an electric car.
No.
That's a whole different video, isn't it? So what do we get with our super duper pass? We get 15% off shopping.
Yeah.
Which used to be 20%.
Yep. Used to be 20, now down to 15.
Yep. We get 15% off restaurants again, which used to be 20.
And we used to get a free drink.
Yes, we did. You get a free DLP speciality cocktail, which was basically jungle juice.
Yeah. Yeah, but that hasn't been, so we don't even know whether we've lost that. We might have lost that as well.
That was awesome.
Yeah, we may have lost that as well. We don't know yet.
You still get the annual photo pass, which is great because we absolutely spank the hell out of that when we go.
Oh, we do.
Especially for ride photos, because my face always seems to get covered up on ride photos whenever I'm on it, which is hilarious.
It only took us 8 attempts to get one of her on Big Thunder Mountain. It was fine.
Yeah. And the gold level pass is the only one that gets you extra magic hours.
Yes. Yeah. Which is disappointing because a lot of families used to get one infinity pass for the discounts and then use the lower passes that included extra magic hours.
Yeah, I think even the lowest one used to get EMH, didn't it?
No, I think
maybe not the lowest one.
It was the next one down, I think, because I know.
So, Magic.
Yeah, because I know initially I didn't have an infinity pass. I had the one down.
The flex, the silver one, as it was.
No, the one they got rid of.
Yeah, but that was the gold one.
Yeah. The gold one.
Getting confused with the colours.
Yeah, no, I had the one below infinity, but that still included extra magic hours.
Yeah,
we'll get everyone in on.
So basically, if you are not a gold level pass holder or an existing infinity pass holder, although will they do it still for anyone that's still got a magic flex? Because technically,
no one knows.
Okay, so theoretically, if you've got a magic flex which allows you to get extra magic hours, there is a small chance you might be able to get into the park with it.
All Disneyland Paris have said is that their perks will stay in place until the end of until the length of their ticket. So in theory, yes, they should still be able to have extra magic hours if it was included on their own pass.
Right.
What happens after the 19th of July or the 1st of August, I think, is another cut-off date. We don't know.
No, so it'll be a case of we'll hear from...
Because the Infinity Pass is also losing their dedicated entrance into the parks.
Which we didn't use very often, except for when it was well busy.
When it was well busy, we'd scoot down the outside. Because it was quite hard to find at Hollywood Studios because it was right on the far left. But yeah, that's going as well. So we're not having a dedicated entrance either. So we're losing everything.
It will be a case of suck it and see, I suppose, as they say. So if you're lucky, if you're lucky, and some things had still, when they announced that they were not renewing passes or not selling new annual passes, some of the perks stopped then, and they were at cast members' discretion.
Yes,
so depending on who you spoke to.
Yeah, and that's been pretty much the norm with Disneyland Paris for years anyway. But yeah, it's so again, although pass holders have been told they get their perks until the end of until the end of their current pass date.
So the renewal period comes up, basically, isn't it?
But no one really knows for sure because obviously some stuff's going to be taken away. So the Infinity Pass holder entrance and the viewing areas are going, so they won't be able to use them.
Yeah, so if you go on the 18th of July, you can use them. On the 19th of July, they're gone. Same for the parking.
Yeah, same with the parking. So some things are physically being removed, so they won't be able to use them. Privilege tickets, they've been told they can use them, but can only book up to November at the moment.
Hotel discounts are definitely a no-no.
Hotel discounts are a no-no. They're going. So yeah, at the moment it's very much this is what we've been told, but no one really knows for sure how it's going to work for people who have got passes at the moment.
No.
And then they told us what they are giving us instead,
which is a very bloody short list.
Yeah, basically, and not one that really enthralled people, to be honest. They said they are.
But one person that went, "Yay, that's amazing," was there that we've come across?
Yeah, I mean, they've said they're going to be doing more pass holder only events. That they're going to be 4 a year. Now, people who attended the one at the beginning of this year, I think it was in March,
Yeah.
The character soiree that was at the beginning of this year weren't very, the British and other non-French speaking pass holders weren't very enthralled with it. They did a scavenger hunt during the event, which in theory is a brilliant idea. It took people all over the parks.
Yeah, they do
But
them in the States a lot, don't they?
yeah, but it was in French only. And it was done on an app on your phone, and it was in French only. So it's, and I mean, and as we know, Disneyland Paris is in French, but it's also in English. So although, you know, Mickey speaks French, but then Minnie speaks English and like translates what he's saying to a degree. But yeah, the scavenger hunt was purely in French, and pre-pandemic Halloween soirees that they've done have been so badly organised. It's been unbelievable. You know, ticket sales were they sold too many tickets to the event. It was getting into the event was a job in itself. So their record of running these pass holder ticket only events isn't good.
And they're
And
not cheap either, are they?
I think the last one was €55 per person. And they haven't said whether the price is going to be included in the pass, seeing these are going to be pass holder only events. All we've been told that there will be 4 pass holder events a year. The first one is on the 29th of September. Is it?
Yeah, that's what they said. First one's on
Yeah,
the 29th.
first one's on the 29th of September. They're going to be 4 a year, and that's going to be a pass holder only event. But no other.
Generally, they've announced these things by email to the email that your annual pass is registered to. But we know in previous times that annual pass emailing doesn't really work very well.
No,
because some people
no.
never got their mails.
I never
ever.
got them. I never
You
got
never
them.
got them. Sometimes I'd get them twice.
Yeah,
which was useful. And they've always sold out really quickly at these.
Yeah, they always sold out really quickly. Yeah, it was because if so it's like, say I had the pass, but I could buy 10 tickets to the event to give to other people. So we said, fine, okay, do a pass holder event, but is it going to be limited to pass holders only, or is it going to be a pass holder plus one?
Well, apparently we're going to have a pass holder plus one now, but not pass holder plus 10 as we used to be able to do, which is better.
And there will also be a pass holder only character meet and greet or photo op.
Yes, exclusive meet and greet space several times a year, a few weeks at a time. When I listened to WDWNT earlier on today, I don't know where Tom gets his info from. He's got the lowdown and everything. But the lovely Tom Corliss said that it will be at 3 or 4 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
So whether that's like 4 times a year, so once a quarter or once a season, we get this. But it will be one visit per holder, and you have to book it in advance.
Yes. Yeah.
How that booking's going to work?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Like most things. Who knows?
Oh, the other thing that they announced, which I think is a great idea, which may or may not work in practice, because we know what DLP and technology is like. Your annual pass is going to be linked to your app. So if you haven't got your physical pass, you can use the app on your phone, which has got a copy of your pass to allow you to get in to your restaurants, whatever. But we know what DLP and technology is like.
Yeah, and again, it's tying people to their phones, which is a big grumble from people who have to use My Disney Experience in Florida, because everything's on the app. You know, every ticket, every meal reservation, obviously lightning lanes, everything is tied. Genie Plus,
everything
is all tied to your phone. And
I suppose on the one hand, that's great because it's all in one place. But if you have a phone issue, you're buggered because you haven't got a backup of that. You can't prove that you.
And plus, we aren't in the EU now, so people are going to be charged roaming fees in France.
And how's that going to work with the lovely GDPR?
Yes. So these are questions that we have. But
Because if you're not a European resident, they've got to handle your data differently. Technically, we're not European anymore. The Americans and Canadians and other non-European countries. Yeah, I mean, there's American AP holders we know. There's people in Canada that have got APs. There's people outside the EU that's got APs. How's that data protection going to work? Because
it's
the Europeans are all over that like a rash. So
I mean, when in like the UK, we're like European for some things, and for some things we're not. I think it just depends on which way the wind blows as to whether we're now classed as European or not.
Generally, Americans don't care about data protection.
It's there if you need it.
It doesn't matter what's their data stored. But from a European perspective, even from country to country, they're fussy about where in the world their personal data is stored. So that's going to cause a massive problem.
I mean, before we didn't use our phones really in Disneyland Paris.
No, only for taking pictures.
Other than taking photos. Taking and if we was at a Run Disney event doing begging videos. But apart from that, you weren't on your phone to do reservations, you weren't on your phone to do anything really. The app was just there and no one really used it because it was never right.
No, it was never right, and it never
the wait times if I mean, we actually use a second app for the wait times because the Disney app was always so bad. But now obviously they've done away with paper maps, so the app is now your map.
Which wouldn't be so bad if it was similar to the My Disney Experience app, because I mean that's been around for a long time. And it's had its ups and it's had its downs, and it's not brilliant, but it does the job. But the DLP app,
it's more user friendly.
It is, but the DLP app's not quite there yet. So I don't know who does the development for the DLP app, but they need to talk to the people that does the development for the
My Disney Experience app.
My Disney Experience app. Because Disneyland and Anaheim have got their own app, which is similar to My Disney Experience. So just sort it out. If you're going to make me use my phone, I don't care as long as it works.
And have charging points, please, somewhere. I mean, it's all right. I mean, we do carry power banks around with us, and we have done for years.
But not everybody does techno. What's it as us?
It just gave us an excuse to sit in the sports bar in the village and charge our phones.
Yeah.
And use the free Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Because it's got a lot better, but the Wi-Fi at DLP used to be shocking.
Oh, it was atrocious. The minute you stepped into the parks, you'd lose it, even though you're connected to the park's Wi-Fi, because you could connect to the village Wi-Fi as you walk through the village, but then as you walked down through Fantasia Gardens, you'd lose the village Wi-Fi and have to connect to the park's Wi-Fi and hope to get the overlap. It was that was always fun. But I said now obviously because people are going to be charged data roaming because we're not in Europe anymore. So that's another thing to think about with all this and having to use your phone for everything. It's although you can get a physical card at the gate, but if you're renewing over the phone or online, you won't. But you can request it afterwards.
I used to like my little card with my little
my
little mug shot on.
They were always good.
Looking like a criminal.
Because it was never the best lighting in the Donald Duck booth, was it?
No, you look like a criminal. Well, I'm pale at the best of time. Well, I'm not. Sam's a bit pale today because she's sitting in front of a window.
I am, but I'm more tan than Sharon.
Always.
I mean, when anything changes, everyone always moans. Let's be truthful about this. And I said I expected that price increase. That's in my head. That was the figure I was.
When did they announce the? And we're recording this on Friday, the 14th of July. When did they announce it? Was it Tuesday?
They announced
it's been a long week. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think by Wednesday we decided again that we weren't buying annual passes anymore, and then by Wednesday afternoon we changed our minds again.
I think when we saw it Tuesday evening, I think it was Tuesday afternoon we saw it. And I was like, whoa. You know, I said I expected the price increase. That was, you know, I mean, compared to Orlando's price increase, we got away quite softly. You know,
Yeah, they've done lots of extra stuff for AP holders
that's
in
the thing
Orlando
in the
to make up
price.
for it.
I mean, you know, and as someone pointed out, that, you know, for I think the only pass we can get as being UK residents is their top pass in Orlando.
Yeah.
And I think it's about $1,100 to $1,200, I think, for the year. Don't quote me on that price, but I know it's over the $1,000. But for that, obviously, you get the 4 parks, 2 water parks, free mini golf for the year. Plus,
Do love mini golf.
Love the mini golf. Plus all the other perks that go along with being, you know, you've got the pass holder lounges in Epcot, and I think Epcot's got the pass holder lounge. You do get the discounts on hotel stays and food and merch. You get free pass holder exclusive items in you know, Disney World, and not forgetting your pass holder magnet.
Whereas all we get is a pin at DLP. We've had a pin. Oh, we've not got a pin anymore. We used to get a pin.
We used to have a pin, yeah, we used to, but they haven't been around for a couple of years now.
I've still got one somewhere.
So yeah, it's you know, they've taken away a lot, and I didn't expect them to take away. I didn't expect them to lower the discount.
No, I mean, fair enough getting rid of the hotel discounts, because they've been trying to. I understand why they've got rid of the hotel discounts, because they want full paying guests to use the hotels.
Yes.
Fair enough. I mean, we've never used a hotel discount because it's
no.
We always stay, if we're going to stay on site, which is very rare. If we stay on site, we don't stay on Disney property. We stay in the partner hotel. Yeah. We can always get that cheaper on one of the, you know, hotels.com, booking.com, Expedia, whatever. Any other hotel booking sites are available.
Yes. But no,
or we stay in an Airbnb.
But I think the last time we stayed, I think I was the last person to stay on an on-site hotel, and that's when James and I went out on our own. 2018.
I think the last time we stayed together was when
your hen week.
Yeah,
when we stayed in the Cheyenne. I said James and I.
Time ago.
Yeah, James and I stayed in the Santa Fe, but even that I booked through booking.com. And I think I got it at that stage about £60 a night. So
you never get it for that now.
No, I know. Don't. I've looked at the prices; they're atrocious.
Make you cry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so I expected the price increase. And to be honest, it was a lot better than I thought, because obviously Disney World did double some of their pass prices, you know, which I think people was having like cardiac arrests over.
Disney World is a much bigger park.
It's a much bigger park. It offers a lot more. And you know,
we do have the world's smallest Disney park, though, don't we?
We do. Our not Hollywood Studios, but the Disney Studios in Disneyland Paris is the world's smallest park, Disney park, yeah. And you know, and as much as they are expanding it, in that within that expansion,
Galaxy's Edge, though.
No,
bloody Frozen Land.
Yeah, within that expansion, there's only going to be 2 rides. So you know, it's like, well, when does? And people are asking, you know, when does it become not value for money anymore?
There's been a lot of that this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. You know,
I'm not renewing my pass. There's a petition even.
There is a petition to basically bring back
some of the perks
we had. You know,
it wasn't a complaint about the price. It was a complaint about yes, fair enough, you've put it up, but you have taken away everything that's worth having a pass for.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's almost as though they don't want annual pass holders anymore.
Yeah. Well, they don't want them. They want full paying guests. Yeah, and
Which is fair enough, but a percentage of people are always going to want to come back on a regular basis. Like
yeah,
if we didn't have our annual pass, we wouldn't have gone. I mean, I think the most we went in one year was like 10 trips.
yeah, it
But
was something mad.
for what we don't spend on hotel and tickets because we've got an annual pass,
we spend on merch quite
on
happily.
merch and bloody food and snacks.
Yeah, food and
Because
snacks.
we do like food and snacks. That makes us sound like absolute mum-teffers that all we do is trough food all day, but we do like all the different speciality foods and snacks.
But no, I mean, if we'd have paid for like the Disney hotels, we wouldn't have done the amount of sit down meals we did.
No,
and
we've done a lot of character meals as well and sit down meals.
Yeah, right. You know, we wouldn't have been eating in Inventions twice a trip. That would have been like a once a year thing.
Yeah,
because that went up to nearly like €100. So yeah, you know, it's so for us. Yes, okay, we stayed off site. We had the annual passes, but because we had that, we spent our money on Captain Jack's, Plaza Gardens, character meals,
Cafe Mickey when it was still there.
Cafe Mickey when it was still there. And you know, we ate in. You know, we didn't live on hot dogs and hamburgers.
No. And we went when we were both still drinking. We went and had a cocktail in practically every hotel known to man. Yeah, we went round.
We did do a bar crawl once.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, we stopped at Fantasia Bar. Then we done Planet Hollywood. Then we did the Sports Bar. Then we came into Hotel New York as it is now. Or no, it's the Marvel Hotel now, isn't it?
It was Hotel New York, yeah. So
we went in there
and had one.
Yeah, and then we done the Sequoia. And then we went back to our hotel we were staying in, which was the Explorers, and ended up in their bar. So
the cocktail in there was so strong. Do you remember?
It was very strong.
He was very liberal with his vodka, wasn't he, the man?
Yeah, that was the strongest one we'd had all night. We were fine till we had them. Of course. And it was happy hour. It was buy one get one free. So yeah, it was.
We did.
So we took advantage of that. But so that was how we spent our money in Disneyland Paris. I'm
sure it works the same for AP holders in the other Disney parks, that although you might not be a full paying guest and staying on site and buying hotel and tickets and that, you then go and do more character meals or more sit down meals, or you can afford to go to one of the signature restaurants because you're not paying.
Because you haven't got that. Yeah, I mean, and in America, the 20% discount basically just covers your tip.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the way to look at it for the American discount on food. If it's not a quick service restaurant, if it's a sit down, your 20% covers your tip. Yeah. In all honesty, that's all it does. So yeah, you know, you're still a paying customer, and I think Disneyland Paris have forgotten that we are paying customers, and you know, we will have more money to spend if we've got the annual passes.
Yeah definitely, which is why when you know the option comes up, we will get them again.
Yes,
but we'll have to get the gold one, because the gold one has got the things that make it worth us going and the benefits.
Yeah, I mean, for us, the gold one is really the only one that would be beneficial to us.
Yeah, because we're both spontaneous.
I think we're just gonna have to wait and see what they do come up with in regards to this backlash, because I don't think they expected it. But then
I hope that means they don't delay stuff again, because that would be, we've been waiting for. When did we decide we were going to, March. When did we make our video? Right, so we made a video in March saying how much we loved Disneyland Paris and how we were never going to buy an annual pass again. And then I think in 24 hours we changed our mind and decided.
And then in 48 hours they cancelled the sale of annual passes.
Literally the week before we were going to renew our passes, they put a stop to buying new ones. Yeah. And we've been waiting ever since.
We have.
And we still don't know when we're going to be able to buy the.
No, I'm hoping it's before September. Or even just like the week before we go. It's
Yeah,
or even the day we go. The day we go, I can handle.
yeah, because we can buy them as when we get there, and then we'll worry about reservations when we're there.
With the disability ones, you don't need reservations.
Oh right, yeah, even better.
Yeah, but I mean, I would have thought they would have had to have done it because of the annual pass holder party they're having on the 29th. I'd have thought they've got to have done something before then, at least a month before then.
Right. Okay.
I would have thought. Don't hold me to that. This is Disneyland Paris. We don't know what's going on.
So what you're saying is, on the 1st of September, they could announce that they're doing the sale of new passes. There'll be chaos for the first week because the website, whatever booking thing, will crash because it always does. Then there'll be 3 weeks of hell while people are trying to sort it out. Please don't do it again. You'd think they'd learnt from all the run events, and I mean, we know
Disney
that
haven't learned the Oogie Boogie.
Oh yeah, that crashed
Boogie Bash
this week,
tickets
didn't it?
crashed, and they were sold out within 24 hours.
Yeah. So I suppose is keep your eyes on Facebook, Twitter. Well, Twitter's still working, or Threads if you've jumped to there already.
Yes, we are on Threads.
Yeah.
I've worked it out. It's fine. But we are on Threads now as well as so we are now Middle Age Magic across all social platforms.
Yep. Which is excellent. And so hopefully by the next time we talk about DLP, we'll have some more news on what's going on with these bloody Disneyland Paris passes. They're not, although everyone's still calling it an AP. It will always be an AP.
Yeah, it'll always be an AP.
Regardless. Even if they want to rename it something else.
I mean, we know that Paris has the Olympics next year, and that's why they've kept it to 3. There is rumours, and they are only rumours, this hasn't come from Disneyland Paris themselves, that they will be bringing out a platinum level or a platinum package, which will give you back some of the perks.
How much is that going to cost if a gold one's €700?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, and they can't do a platinum thing if they're taken away. I can see it being like the lightning lanes out there that you pay per perk. So it could be like preferred parking. Well, I mean, it's €30 a day to park anyway. So, preferred parking, which they do have in Orlando, might be, €50 a day. Or, it's like the, to get the special viewpoint for the fireworks might be $20 or €20, sorry. So I can see that happening. Or buying a preferred package, an Infinity Pass perk package sort of thing. So that includes your preferred parking, your viewing point for the fireworks and parades, but it'd be something like €150 a day. So I could see that coming in.
Yeah, well, that doesn't affect us. So
no, that wouldn't be something I'd pay out for.
No,
not after spending €700 on a park pass.
No. I mean, there's been a lot of ask whether they will add some kind of additional ticket on for people. But again, don't know unless that.
So they
bring that out at a later date.
So they've done away with the privilege tickets. When they said they've announced they're going to do a buddy ticket. But not what that means or what that entails, or that more details at a later date.
Yeah, because the whole point of having the privilege ticket and the date and the discounted day ticket was that you'd bring a friend with you while you're your annual pass holder, and they'd go, "Oh my God, this place is amazing. We love it so much. I'm going to buy an annual pass too." And then they'd get the ticket price back when they bought their annual pass.
I think that's how we first did it.
Yeah, I think it did, because you had one before me.
Yeah, I think that's how we first did it. So they've said there will be a buddy ticket, but no details. Just that's more details at a later date.
I love it.
So
when
we
they
don't
do
know
that.
whether there'll be more details after the 19th when they start sales of them, or when we've got to wait for the general sale to find out
Could
what
be any time.
is Disneyland
But
Paris. That's all I'm going
but
to say.
yeah,
We don't
we're
know.
we're going to go with the current rumor is, like you say, about at the end of July, end of August, beginning of September, that they'll do that, because you'd like to
Yeah.
think that they put the general APs on sale before the AP party.
Logic says they would.
Yeah, but again, sorry, DLP, you are not the most logical of people.
No, no. So Logic says they would open the sales to everyone before the first party. Whether that happens or not, we're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah.
That's all we can do now, is wait and see.
And hopefully all the locals won't rush in and bowl the gold ones up, because we really need the gold ones.
I don't think there were. Disneyland Paris was never a big locals park. There was never a big local. So unless they're doing a very big push in France, then I don't know, because I know a lot of. I mean, the Dutch Facebook group was insane. It was. I've never seen anything like it. It was insane. ED92 Facebook page, which is predominantly French. Again, totally insane. Never ever going back. Never, buying another annual pass again.
Yeah, so for people that don't know what ED92 is, it's basically run by a group of DLP fans. It's got some ex-cast members on it, people that have been connected to the park previously but that aren't connected to the park now. But they send a reporter into the park every day to report on what's going on.
Yeah, and obviously ED92 stands for Euro Disney 1992, the year the park opened.
And they report in English and in French.
Yes.
So, which is always handy.
Very handy. But yeah, and obviously then the British boards have just been blowing up with it all.
Oh,
so.
Totally blowing up. I mean, we know a lot of people on the British boards from run weekends, and we've been in groups with them for
many years.
Right back to the Disney Village group, way back 10 odd years ago, when we all first met up.
Yeah. It's insane, and everybody has an opinion, which obviously everyone's entitled to.
But quite a lot of them are very similar. It's not just a couple of people having a moan, is it? It's like,
no, it's everyone has got the same opinion. Yes, we expected the price increase. No, we didn't expect them to take away all the perks.
Yeah.
And if they'd have left, I mean, a lot of people are saying that they only bought the Infinity Passes because of the preferred viewing areas. It saved them having to queue up for stake a plot 2 hours before the fireworks, or an hour and a half before the parade. And the hotel, the privilege tickets they used because they're a family of 4. So, and doing away with those 2 things and lowering the discounts in shops is the 3 things that people are most moaning about.
Yeah, and it's all very well I'm giving all options free parking, but there's a massive group of people that don't drive.
No.
I mean, lots of people take the train, and they've already been shot in the foot because the direct train's gone now.
Yeah.
So if you're Eurostar in, you've got to go via Lille or Paris, haven't you, to change?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the UK travellers don't drive over. They wouldn't dream of driving over, whereas for us it's the easiest thing.
Because we live practically next to the port.
We live like an hour away from Dover. But yeah, the majority do still use the Eurostar or fly in.
Yeah.
So for them, free parking is not, neither here nor there.
Whereas free parking for us is a must.
Yeah, free parking for us is such a bonus. It saves us, 30 euros. Because even with a blue badge, you still pay parking at Disneyland Paris, which is 30 euros a night.
Spot closer to the front, don't you?
Yeah, you just have your own designated parking bit. But yeah, so for us, the free parking is a bonus because that will save us close on €100 per trip. If on a 3-night trip, it's €100 saved.
Yeah, that's a decent sit down meal, or ridiculous amounts of snacks and filth.
Yeah,
or
filth
souvenirs.
or souvenirs or tat. Yeah, so that's my bill in the Lego shop. So yeah, it's I don't think they're offering enough to incentivize people to buy them, and that's probably what they've done on purpose. But I think it might come up and bite them in the bottom.
But if they're going to cancel them all again, I don't want them to do it until we've bought them and had our trips. Selfishly, again, really sorry. But
Can you wait a year?
Yeah, can you wait a year? We've not been home for a very long time. We are both missing it really badly.
Yeah, because you've been just knock the microphone over. Because you've been longer than I have.
The last time I stepped foot in DLP was the last run weekend.
Yeah, and I went November of that year. Yeah. I went with James. 2019.
Turning around to look at my medals. Yeah.
2019? Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, because I went with James in November of 2019.
So when we go back, it will practically be 4 years to the day.
Yes, it will be, because that would have been run weekend. Yeah.
So we'll be going on the Monday after what would have been run weekend.
Yeah, which is normally nice and quiet.
Yeah, but it's the last week of the 30th anniversary, so it might not.
But it's normally nice and quiet.
Yeah, so 4 years is an awfully long time, considering how long
4 years is so long.
And I couldn't renew my annual pass when it came up for renewal because COVID had hit.
Yeah. Yep. It was.
So yeah, I was due to renew my annual pass in March, I think, which was when everything was closed down because the world had gone. I might have to bleep that out. I don't know. Let's see how I feel when I edit it. Well, sometimes I leave that in.
It's pretty good general opinion.
I do like the beep that I found.
Yeah, I did like the beep. Yes, there's the beep.
Well, yeah, the world had gone. I mean, it was a scary time.
Crazy.
It was a really scary time. We had no idea when the world was,
No.
or when things were going to open back up again. We didn't know whether it was ever going to be, back to any kind of normality.
Didn't expect it to get worse before it got better. Put it that way.
No, exactly. Didn't expect it to get worse before it got better. But it's taken a long time. But things are.
The 3 weeks that turned into like 18 months.
Yeah. Things are mostly back into some kind of normality now. I'm still a bit iffy about being with. I'm not comfortable in large crowds anymore.
I see. It doesn't bother me now. It never bothered me before. I just carry on.
After having COVID, I mean, I think we had it when we came back from America, and we went to the States both, didn't we, at slightly different times.
Yeah.
But in November before the world went mad.
December. Was it November? November.
It was the end of November, wasn't it? I went a week before you, I think.
Yeah, I flew out on the day you flew back.
Exactly. So we were both in the States, in Florida, at about the same time.
It was November, yeah.
Really sick, weren't we? Really sick.
So many people were sick that Christmas. It was. Yeah.
So
I remember everything being cancelled because everyone was ill.
Yeah. So potentially we both could have had the first lot of COVID, and then I had it again.
As my doctor said to me, because I had what I thought was plain flu, which I always get on the way back.
Yeah, I thought it was plain flu. It was bloody horrible.
And then I felt it go onto my chest, and where I'd had pneumonia 10 years previously, I thought I recognised this feeling, and I went to see my GP and that's when you could still see a GP face to face.
Back in the day.
Basically got told there was a nasty new virus going round. Yeah,
it's a nasty new virus. Just treat it like flu and rest. Drink lots of fluids, you'll be fine.
Well, I must admit, he did that because it had gone into my lungs. I was given steroids and antibiotics, but then 6 weeks later, had a heart attack. As you do, for no reason. So yeah, it was, nothing. Well, a cardiac episode was what it got labelled as, not a heart attack. cardiac episode. Which, if you look at what COVID does to people, that would all link up, but
Yeah.
because they weren't public with it, and obviously testing didn't start for another 4 months, we'll never know.
Yeah, and then we had all the drama of the vaccines, which you couldn't take because
I
they
can't
didn't know
take.
what was wrong with you.
Yeah. So
And I've had all of the vaccines. I'm so vaccinated up, I'm like a bloody pincushion. And yet I caught the latest strain of it earlier on in the year and
and
spent
I
4
never
days
caught
in
it
bed.
at all. I
Oh,
never
and
caught.
Sam never caught it at all. So it was just luck of the draw. Don't know where I picked it up from, but by God, was I ill.
Yeah, no,
So,
I never caught it at all, and I was working in my own shop at the time, handling cash, out every day, doing everything as normal.
yeah. Me being an equestrian and having horses and basically eating dirt, I've got the immune system of a rhinoceros. I'm really never ill, never physically sick. And I was so wiped out. I've never been so ill.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die. I was that. That sounds really dramatic, but I was literally, I slept for 18 to 20 hours a day. I was exhausted. I was like that for 4 days, couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
So anyone that had it bad, yeah, good luck, good on you for sticking with it and being alive.
Surviving.
Yay.
So,
Zombie
but yeah,
apocalypse.
with all the information we have at the moment, which isn't a lot, just prices have gone up, perks have gone down, can't renew till July the 19th.
If you want a new one, you got to wait.
Want a new one, you've got to wait. So we've got a little bit more information than we had. Obviously, the important thing was the prices. The perks was a swerve ball they threw in just for the sheer fun of it.
Shit, as they say.
Yes.
Oh, look, I've got to bleep that out again.
Your bleeping machine's going to be busy today.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's basically all we know. I can understand the frustration with people, especially those who bought them like May, June, expected to have a whole year of perks, and now
lucky
not knowing.
them for being able to renew them.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but
I'm being unsympathetic again, selfishly. Sorry.
Yeah, but then they've had all them perks for all those years. I mean, we've had 4 years without the perks, and we're still grumbling. If you've had 4 years with the perks, it's I mean, I think we got, because we went to the Infinity Passes as soon as they came out.
Yeah.
And I think we had them for 2 or 3 years, 4 years.
Basically, until COVID hit. And
so I think we had them for about 2 or 3 years. I mean, you could remember us grumbling when they took our shareholders lounge away.
Oh yeah, I remember that was it was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously Disney bought back all the shares, so all our shares got bought back. And we lost our shareholders lounge. We grumbled about that. But I think
we never even used to use it very often either. It was the fact that it was there and we could use it if we wanted.
In the winter because it was a quick play in, and we could stop and get hot chocolate on the way through.
Yeah, good point.
That's when we used it in the winter, but that was only open in the mornings, not in the evenings.
And if you were lucky, you could get a piece of fruit and a croissant as well.
You could, yes, which the kids used to like. Not so much the fruit, more the croissants and cookies that were there. So yeah, don't get me wrong, I understand, because I'm a bit miffed about them taking away some of the perks, but it's the ones we used most that they've taken away or lowered, such as the discounts, is and the luggage storage was always useful. So especially when for those, and it is the British who use flights and trains that would have used the luggage storage.
Yeah.
Because now you've got to pay for a locker. If you're going by Eurostar, you've got to pay for a locker in the train station. Which
although there's a lot, they fill up really quick.
Yeah, especially the large ones that fit a suitcase.
Yeah.
And if you're not staying in a Disney hotel, you can't use their luggage areas. So it's they're being a bit sneaky. I just feel they're being sneaky, which doesn't sit well with me.
No, it's almost as though it's the case of, oh, annual pass holders, they're a good cash cow. Let's just whack the price up and see how much we can squeeze out of them.
Yeah, they're just.
Which, again, is fine with all the. I mean, I do mind paying because I'm tighter than a duck's bum, but I don't mind paying for
Just
something.
the understatement of the year.
If I feel, thank you, if I feel like I'm getting the benefit of it, then I don't mind paying. I don't mind paying a premium for something if I feel I'm getting a good value for money. So
Yeah,
when the Infinity Pass was €500, it was like, yeah, that's quite expensive, but we get all of this stuff. We can go anytime we like.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, there was no restrictions on days and booking. We didn't have to book the parks. It was literally like, it's Monday. Should we go to Disneyland Paris tomorrow? Yes. Book the ferry. Off we go.
Yeah. I mean, the fact they're still restricting it to 3 days reservation is ridiculous. Because Walt Disney World are getting rid of their reservations in January. They've already said that. Not for annual pass holders. Annual pass holders still have to reserve Saturdays or Magic Kingdom. But any other days.
It's only in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's only Saturdays of the Magic Kingdom. Anywhere else, they can just go bimble freely. So yeah, and I mean, I know Disneyland Paris has been behind Walt Disney World with a lot of things.
But technically, the Josh tomorrow, who's like, which according to Tom Corliss, he reckons they're priming him up to take over from Bob. But
he's got another 2-year wait now.
Yeah, anyway. So Josh is in charge of all the Disney parks experience across the world. He's visited Disneyland Paris a few times in the last couple of months. He's been over twice, 3 times in the last
and they were there in April.
Yeah, so
because it was literally just after they left, they cancelled the annual passes.
Yeah. So, whether they're trying to get everything in line with the other parks, which would be great if it's getting it in line with what's going on in California and
California. Give us Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Give me Galaxy's Edge. Give me Tron. And
we'll never get Tron.
And give me Paris. Food festivals. Then we'll talk about value for money.
Well, yeah. So, but if they
give us,
if they align like the pass types, like they've got for the APs in the US. So if after all this comes, they announce then that yes, there's going to be a pass holder lounge, even if it's just for the top 2 tiers, which I feels a bit, bad for the bottom people. Sorry, elitist. Bottom people. Yeah, elitist. But if they sort of like start to align it, like, oh, you're a annual pass member, you get a magnet, or you get a key ring, or this is your lounge, or you get certain merch. I mean, if they start to align it like that and roll out some of the benefits that they've got at Disneyland and at Disney World, that would be amazing. Then yes.
I still won't be happy to get Galaxy's Edge and food festivals, but
yeah, you keep your bloody Frozen Land, put Galaxy's Edge back. They've not used that bit of land that they had penciled in for Galaxy's Edge for anything yet, have they?
No, it's just been postponed.
Not cancelled, delayed. Anyway,
delayed, pushed back. Pushed back, as they say.
Yeah.
But and so even with the expansion, we're getting 2 new rides. One is Frozen Ever After,
which you can
in Epcot, which is the same as the one in Epcot. So it's a boat ride.
You can keep
and the other one is Tangle themed.
I like that because I like Rapunzel.
And it's going to be teacups.
Oh, you can't do teacups. They make you spew.
So it's teacups, Tangle themed. And that's the 2 rides we're getting. Now, Magic Kingdom hasn't had a new ride since Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, and that was a very long time ago.
It was a very, very long time ago, yes.
Down the line, sort of like 5 or 6 years' time, DLP is going to be like pushed kicking and screaming into being more of a Disney park that we know and love from, or more Disney-fied than it always was, which is great. But for now, like you say, the value doesn't feel like we're getting a lot of value for our hard-earned cash.
No. I mean, as someone said that, the price someone there's been a lot of price comparisons going on between Disneyland Paris pass holder prices and Walt Disney World.
Yeah, and some
pass
kind
prices.
people have changed it from dollars to euros to pounds.
Yeah.
So we all get it.
So we all know like how much we're talking about, and I think it works out to about $580 for the top one. I think someone worked it out to, and someone went, that's still half price compared to our top one. Like, yeah, but we've only got 2 parks, and really it's only 1.5.
And I know it sounds like we're a right couple of moaning old bags that do nothing but whinge and moan about stuff.
We are 2 menopausal women. What do you expect?
But we
both Gen Xers. So both Gen X, both menopausal. You have no hope.
But we both really, really love Disneyland Paris, and it is home.
It's home. It's home.
And we know a lot of people that are very similar to us.
Yeah.
Some older, some younger.
Yeah.
Not necessarily all menopausal women, but all feel the same. They may be whinging and moaning right now because they feel really hard done by, but they absolutely love Disneyland Paris, and they will buy their annual pass, even though they are going to cry when they are handing over the money.
Oh yeah, I mean they're going to have to pry that money from my hands with a shoehorn. It's like, you know, it's not going to be given to them freely.
Well, it depends on as well on how the discount works for your carer and or for your disabled pass and how it works. Just depends on how we're going to be able to pay for it, because normally we'd pay the bulk and then pay by direct debit. But if you can't do that with a disability discount, that's quite discriminatory.
Discriminatory. Yeah. Oh, and I mean, obviously, we can't buy ours online. We have to do ours at the gate.
No, if you've got a disability, you have to be at the gate, which means you're taking a risk of tipping up to get your pass and not being able to get in the park because it might be visible.
No, you see, that's the thing they've got with the disability passes. You are guaranteed entry in,
even with your AP when you buy it. Yes, that's all right then.
Because we are restricted to buying it on the gate. So
right,
but I think the initial one, obviously, they're guaranteeing. I mean, I'm hoping they guarantee every single one in, but if not, it'll be booking it.
Well, hopefully
we never know. You never know. You never know with them. It's
we are going in a slightly off.
Yeah, we're going at a quiet time initially, so hopefully
we should be all right.
Yes.
Famous last words.
What could possibly go wrong?
Don't even go there. I think we know what could possibly go wrong because
I'm not flying, so I can't be stranded at Charles de Gaulle.
Exactly. I was just about to say that, because the last time you said what could possibly go wrong, you got stuck in an airport for 24 hours like Tom Hanks.
I mean, obviously, if you have an opinion on the Disneyland Paris annual pass situation,
malarkey
situation, controversy, whichever way you'd like to describe it.
We could talk about it all day, couldn't we?
Yeah,
we really could.
We could go on forever. Do leave a comment below, and you know, we do look at all the comments, and you know, it would be nice to hear other people's points of view about it.
Yeah, especially if you think we're just miserable and moaning for nothing.
Yeah.
But I've not encountered anyone. Actually, that's a lie. I have encountered people that say that, but they're not people that A, go to DLP and understand what we're talking about, B, have ever owned an annual pass.
Yeah. You know, if you are an annual pass holder, especially let us know what you think. Or if, you know, like us, you were considering buying them this year, and now with the price increase and the loss of perks, let us know your feelings now. So
yeah, it'd be
great to hear from some of you.
Yeah, because obviously everybody that we've spoken to is it's weird. It doesn't matter what country they're from. Dutch, German, Italian, even French. Say even the French. Sorry, French people. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean even the French, like in a discriminatory or derogatory way. But yeah, everyone that we know of.
Most Europeans who we've spoke to.
Yeah.
Have said.
Well, even some of the Americans are a bit.
Yeah, I mean, for the Americans, it's like us buying a Walt Disney World annual pass. They've got add-on flights and you know, hotels and everything else. So yeah, it makes it a bigger trip for them. So
Yeah, it might be different for some of the vloggers that get their passes gifted to them, which I know
yes,
some of them do, but they still have to pay to get here, and they still have to feed
yeah,
themselves while they're here.
yeah.
So
It's you know, and said a lot of them perks have now disappeared. So
I hope the coffee hasn't gone up.
there's still Starbucks. It's okay. I'm all right. They're not getting rid of the Starbucks. I'm fine.
Yes, but so
Yeah.
and also comments below, bets on how many times are we going to say we're not buying an annual pass and then changing our minds again before they put them on sale to normal humans like us, former
Yeah,
AP
let's be
holders that are
taking it.
missing them.
Uh,
I reckon we're going to change our minds about 3 or 4 times. We've already changed them twice this week. We're only on Friday.
this is true. Yeah, yeah. It's gone
We
from
went from
never in a
yay
million
to
years to
yeah,
yeah,
to,
and,
oh,
yeah.
okay,
Oh my God, how much to oh well, yeah,
suck it up, buttercup.
yeah, yeah. Listen, I was expecting the price increase, wasn't expecting the dissolution of perks, so that come as a bit of a sucker punch. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But we still love you, Disneyland Paris.
yeah, you'll still see us. We'll still be back, skipping along Main Street,
Well,
trying to avoid the tram lines.
yeah, you'll get stuck down them if you've got
Yeah.
your crutches.
Of course,
I don't think it's been quite a while since we've skipped down Main Street.
No,
We've kind of limped down Main Street.
We've hobbled, we've limped, we've power
Jogged.
walked, we've jogged.
Yeah,
Never
I don't think we've ever skipped. I don't think we ever will. We might.
Oh, you just wait.
Really? Sure, that's wise. If we do it, you'll have to get someone to video us, and hopefully neither of us will fall over, because that would be hilarious and catastrophic.
No, me on cobbles is not good anymore.
No.
No. My knees don't like cobbles anymore.
Yeah, so more news. Oh, yeah, more news on this soon, and but more news when I get round to making some.
If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a click on the thumbs up, and that helps us with the new YouTube algorithm. If you want to be notified of when we release new videos, click on the notification bell.
That better.
Not from my end, no, just like a metal dink.
Apparently the bell sounds rubbish, so we'll see what it sounds like when I edit the video. I might have to dub the bell noise over the top. You love the bell.
And also, if you really like us, please subscribe, and then you can help us.
Human beings.
Obviously, we've got a lot coming up in the next 6 months. There's definitely 1 trip to Disneyland Paris, potentially 2, and there is our big mega trip to Walt Disney World in February. And a surprise.
And what surprise? And Universal and SeaWorld.
It's the mega trip. It's the mega trip.
The mega trip. Oh,
the mega trip to Orlando.
Oh, including the surprise. Yeah, okay. She'll talk about that next time. Next time we'll be together.
Yes, next time we'll be together, and we will talk about the surprise.
Surprise! Yeah.
Which may actually be fully planned by then.
You know what I said earlier about when I watched WDW&T tonight? They make us look professional when they go off on one. I take that all back. Yeah.
Not a hope in hell.
No, we're like a couple of chaos monkeys that have been dropped in a banana factory.
Yeah, but it gives you something to do. If we were professional, then it wouldn't need editing, and then you'd have something to do. Thanks everyone for watching. And so
you need a medal to get through our ramblings. Yeah,
it's been a while, so brains have been all over the place. So yeah, if you've got any comments or suggestions, pop them in the comments box below. If not, we'll see you all again next time.
Bye for now.
Bye.